Hello, Dapper fam. I figured a good place to get started with this channel would be to highlight some outfits that are easily accessible to everybody, lower price point. You know, you'll get, like I had mentioned, a lot of people who are who do this for a living. You know, tailors, sartorial people who have lived this whole life, and they have the expendable income to spend on, you know, $5,000 suits and whatnot. That's not me. That's not who this channel is aimed at. Obviously, if they watch and they see my channel and they have input, I would love to hear it from them. There's a lot of people that I follow out there that are magnificent in their dress. Unfortunately, I can't afford what they can. So this is for the working guy or the working girl, to be able to start a wardrobe on a budget. So I'll be highlighting some outfits that I've put together that are under 200, 250 bucks, somewhere around there. I think one of the most expensive things to add to an outfit is the shoes. So I'll start off by saying that one of the best resources that I have found that's in every city in America is Ross. Ross Dress for Less. I always find great shoes there. I wear my shoes every day. I'm not going to wear $1,000 pair of Prada wingtips every day. You know, that's something that I'm not willing to sacrifice or scuff or ruin. So I'll go out and buy something at Ross that's going to work well with what I have as far as my bank account goes. So with that being said, I'm going to start with some suits that are probably not, you know, top-notch quality. They're not, you know, Irish linen, and they're not mohair, and they're not, you know, the more expensive Italian fabrics. But with a little tailoring, I think you can make any suit look like $1,000,000. So let me start off with a few things here that I'll put together, a few outfits. I'll put them together here on my suit ballet. As you can see, I already have one there. So I'll kind of go through a little video, highlight some accessories that I can pair with it, and then I'll have the outfit put together on myself. I'll do, never thought I'd hear myself say this, but I'll do a little modeling, turning around so you can see how it fits and what my vision was for that particular outfit on that particular day. I'll also let you know about some rules that along the way that we should definitely discuss. For example, one of them is one that not a lot of people follow because not a lot of people know about it. But this, for example, is a three-piece suit, right? When you're wearing a three-piece suit, that's saying a vest. One of the rules is you don't wear a belt with a vest. You wear suspenders. The clip-ons will do just fine. You won't be able to see them anyway, or you're not supposed to, at least. If your vest is long enough, you shouldn't be able to see the suspenders clipping onto your pants. But obviously the best way to do it is to get the buttons sewn into the inside of the waistband and get the suspenders that button into the inside of the waistband. So you don't wear a belt when you wear a vest. Another thing is, if you're wearing a tie with this three-piece suit, sorry I bumped the microphone. If you're wearing a tie with this three-piece suit, you don't wear a tie clip because it serves the same purpose. It's like wearing belt and suspenders at the same time. It just doesn't make any sense, and it's redundant. You know, sometimes, and I'll admit, sometimes I still do wear a belt or a tie clip, but I'll wear it low where it's concealed and it's hidden. But that's just because the tie might come out or it might flop around everywhere, and I want to keep it nice and tidy, so I'll wear it concealed under the vest, but never visible. So that's one big rule. I'll start it with this three-piece vest. I chose a gray suit because of the fact that gray is the suit that every man should have in his wardrobe. Whether it's this light color gray, this one has a window pane pattern to it. You can probably see it. Looks a little light, but I think you can see it. Gray suits can be worn with black shoes, brown shoes, whatever color shoes, which leads me to the next rule. If you're wearing brown shoes and you're wearing a belt, your belt should match your shoes. As far as the color of the leather, if you're wearing a wristwatch that has a leather strap, that should be brown as well. Same thing if you're wearing black shoes, black belt, black wristband. All your leathers should match. So that's the big rule, match your leathers. That's a rule that's timeless. I personally would never break that rule. I have shoes that are blue, and obviously with the blue shoes, if they have a brown sole, I'll wear a brown belt. Unless you have a blue belt to match, then good for you. That's probably the best way to go about it. So, those are a couple of rules. One very old school rule, which I try to follow, but I do break, mainly because I'm already out and I'm not going to drive all the way home to change. But one of the big rules for me is you don't wear brown shoes in the evening. I try not to wear brown shoes after 6 p.m. If I go downtown or I have a business meeting downtown, I don't wear brown shoes. That's another one. So the rule, if you want to remember it, is no brown into town and no brown after sundown. Those are the two big, that's all kind of the same rule, but that's a good way to remember it. It's very old school. That's one that I really don't expect anyone to follow except for me, because why not? I'm a nerd about it. So anyway, that's a big rule. What's another good one that I should say? Wearing a navy suit. If you're wearing a navy color suit, which is another basic suit that every man should have in his wardrobe, because it's also very versatile. I personally don't like to wear black shoes with navy. I've seen more and more people do it these days. When I first started dressing this way, which wasn't that long ago, probably 20 years ago, wearing black shoes with a navy suit was a no-no. But I've seen more and more people do it. There's ways to tie it all in with accessories, pocket squares or lapel pins or lapel flowers. You are able to tie them all in. And if you develop that eye to be able to do that, good for you. Another big rule and another basic suit that every man should have in his wardrobe is the brown suit. I have 2 brown suits. And with that, obviously, another rule is you don't wear black shoes with brown. That's a pretty old school rule. Most people I know follow that rule. I don't wear black shoes with my brown suit anytime at all. It doesn't look right to me. And as I said with the navy blue suit, if you can find a way to tie it in together, good for you. Because I still haven't developed that eye. When I see others wearing it, it doesn't look right to me. But this is for you to do you and find your own personal style. Which leads me to the next basic suit that every man should have in their wardrobe, which I think is very overused and very abused. And that is the black suit. I personally have a black suit and I never ever wear it. A lot of guys nowadays, and this is something that's a pet peeve of mine, is guys wearing black suit with a black shirt and then like a red tie or a white tie or a different color tie. It's a very dated look. It's not cool anymore unless you're a blues brother, you're going to a funeral, or you're going to the goth club. Other than that, it's just not a cool look anymore, guys. I hate to break it to you. I know that's going to break a lot of hearts, but it's not that cool anymore. I mean, it was, in the 80s and 90s, but it's not anymore. The all black look is very dated. But on that note, you should have a black suit in your wardrobe. Business meetings, funerals, things like that. That's the only time it should be worn. I would never wear a black suit to a wedding. It's just not, it doesn't look right, especially if it's a daytime wedding. It just, I don't know, it just doesn't seem to fit with a daytime wedding aesthetic. If the wedding's in the spring or something, and you show up in a black suit, it just kind of looks a little morbid, so to speak. So anyway, and it's a reverse there, because I would never wear brown shoes with a black suit. That doesn't look right. I think it'd be easier to pull off brown suit with black shoes than it would be to pull off a black suit with brown shoes. The shoes just stick out like a sore thumb when you're wearing a black suit with brown shoes. then I'll try to play with colors as far as a shirt goes in the black suit. Um, get away from the black shirt. It doesn't look right. It's too dark. Everything kind of washes out, and there's no real character to it anymore. If I wear a black suit, I'm wearing a light blue shirt, a lot like this one that I have here. Um, the light blue shirt is a staple in every man's wardrobe. Got to have a light blue shirt, white shirt. What's another good shirt to have? Maybe like an off-white. I have a lavender, a very light lavender shirt that I absolutely love to wear, and it's very versatile. Like that lavender shirt would work well with that suit, you know. And once you have a pocket square, you have the accessories to kind of bring it all together. It gets a lot of attention. It gets a lot of compliments. So, with that being said, those are a lot of the rules. There's a ton more that I'm sure I'll touch on as time goes on. As I said, this is a three-piece suit, so it's going to be a little more formal. But I will say this. I'm going to pause this video. I'm going to bring the zoom in to this particular outfit, and I'm going to start putting stuff together so that you can see what I'm talking about. Okay, so here's the classic gray suit. As I had mentioned, this one is a gray window pane. You see the window pane pattern. This is contrary to popular belief. This is not called a checker or a check pattern. This is a window pane when it's just line squares, right? So I also mentioned it's a three-piece. If you see down here, here's the vest. So I'm going to put together some accessories for this particular outfit to just kind of play with and to see what you guys think as far as once it's put together. So one of my favorite combinations to wear is blue and brown or gray and brown. I have one of my favorite suits is a navy double-breasted pinstripe suit, and I love wearing brown with it. And I think it pops and it looks really good together. So one of the first things I got is a brown silk or pocket square. The other one that I'm going to add with it is a brown and blue polka dot tie. So a little bit thinner. As you notice here, here's another rule that a lot of guys don't follow nowadays. But when you have a tie like this, the rule is that where it goes into the vest or into the jacket, at the last moment before it goes into that particular V from the vest or the jacket, it should be the same width as the lapel on the jacket. And I know that's really hard to follow because you either have to arrange your lapel or get your lapel tailored or get a different tie. I don't really follow the rule. I mean, if it looks a little weird, I might change the tie, but for the most part, nobody really notices. So here's the brown tie. Brown tie with the blue polka dots. So there's that. Obviously, you got to wear shoes, right? So seeing as we're sticking to the blue, gray, and brown theme, I've chosen some blue over-the-calf dress socks. So those will go there. The blues don't have to match exactly. So don't think that you have to match them. As long as the blues are there and the blues are tying together, you'll be good to go. So at this point, it being a little more formal, it being a three-piece suit, one of the things that I will say that I am going to wear with this particular outfit, you have options, right? The brown. So, and I'm sorry they're dusty because I just vacuumed, but there's the classic brown wingtips, right? As I mentioned, I don't buy super expensive shoes because I beat them up. These are beat up. I would actually shine these and polish them before I wore them. But these are Kenneth Cole. I bought these at Men's Warehouse, and I think they were something like 60 or 70 bucks. Not expensive at all, right? But for this particular outfit, it being more formal, as I mentioned, I'm going to wear my favorite pair of shoes. These are my Spat boots. These here are actually made by Stacy Adams. I've had them for a very long time, and I it's something I love to wear. So they get a lot of attention. They get a lot of compliments. People think they're just old school, which they are, but they're cool and they're fun to wear. So I think these particular shoes were $80 or so. So if you can get your hands on some of these, I know on the Stacy Adams website they still have them. They have a different model. These are the older ones, but they're, like I said, they're just a lot of fun to wear. They don't actually button here. That's all aesthetic. They zip on the side, as you see here. So that's what I would wear with this particular outfit. I want to keep that old school vibe and keep that brown aesthetic, that brown highlight to the whole outfit. Now, last but not least, not everyone is, but I'm a hat guy. This particular suit, the fabric is very light, so it's a good summer suit, late spring. I know it takes a little while to get used to wearing suits in the summer, but you just have to find the right fabrics. I wear a hat all the time. I typically don't like to leave the house without a hat. So the hat that I would wear for this particular outfit would probably be my straw boater, which is this one here. The straw boater is good for daytime. Back in the days in the 20s and 30s, I know the boater was a huge. All right, so I will say that this particular suit altogether is probably, let's see, 160, 180, and with the shoes, yeah, so with the shoes about 160, 180, just about $200 for the whole ensemble. Obviously, you can add more accessories. You can get more expensive ties. Really, it's up to your budget. Oh, I didn't count the hat. The hat, this particular boater, I want to say I got it online. It wasn't that much, maybe $30. It's a little flimsier than a traditional boater, but it does the job. And like I said, nobody knows the difference. All of my hats, really, none of them I think are over $70. Because again, I wear them every day. Southern California heat is not friendly for felt hats, So, so I'll try that outfit on now. I'll let you see what it looks like, and I think what I'll do from this point forth is highlight one outfit at every episode, and then try it on at the end, so you guys can see what it looks like all put together. Obviously, on the episodes where I interview people like tailors and bartenders and whatnot, I'm not going to do that because it's not prudent to the episode, but at least you guys can get an idea, and I'll put a price tag and all the links you need to find all the pieces for that particular outfit. On that note, I will highlight the outfit I'm wearing now. Very casual, very springtime. It's almost 80 degrees here in East County, San Diego, so I wanted to wear something a little more casual without overheating myself while I record this episode. So let me pause this. I'll take a step back. You can see it, and I'll let you know what everything costs. Okay, so here's a very casual outfit, springtime outfit. This is something that I would wear if I take my kid to SeaWorld or take him to Balboa Park, to the museum, or the zoo, whatever. It's casual. I'd obviously wear a hat because that's what I do. But just to give you an idea of what this outfit cost me. So these style of pants, you see the side adjusters here, they're high-waisted. These are like a dusty pink color. They don't have belt loops. It's all done with the side adjusters. This style of pant is called a Gurkha pant, Gurkha. They used to be used way back in the day, with the old school Egypt exploration. They wore the same matching jacket for that kind of thing. And I know a lot of, you see a lot of explorers in movies wearing these things. These have the pleats, so they're very old school. The shirt itself I got at Ross. I didn't have a whole lot of short sleeve shirts So I went out and bought a couple at the beginning of this spring. And also found at Ross were these shoes. These shoes are brown loafers. They kind of have the thatching pattern on them. And who are they made by? I think these are made by Stacy Adams. So also found those at Ross. These trousers, I bought them on Shine or Sheen. I don't know how you pronounce that website. I'm going to pronounce it Shine. These trousers were only 15 bucks. The shirt itself was, I want to say it was like 12 bucks. And the shoes were maybe 30 or 40 bucks. So casual outfits, you probably pay a whole lot more for designer t-shirts. And then your sneakers. I know a lot of people love their sneakers these days. I'm not a big fan of sneakers myself. I don't really wear them unless I'm at the gym. But yeah, I mean, this whole outfit is under 100 bucks. I mean, yeah, under 75 bucks. I did have my watch on. My watch is an Invicta watch. Obviously, whatever kind of watch you wear, that's up to you. But this particular watch, I want to say, was 70 or 80 bucks online. That on the Invicta Store's website. They have a ton of watches that look fantastic. They're cheap. I would not wear a Rolex every day because there's too much money for me to be wearing. And my outfit still looks good. And I know a lot of guys are like, oh my God, he's wearing pink pants. You know what? I'm going to be very blunt and I'm going to be very in your face with this. But if you are afraid of wearing pink because of your sexuality, you need to get out of that mentality because you have a lot bigger things to worry about if that's what's scaring you. Pink is an awesome color to wear in the spring, in the summer. It doesn't attract as much heat, but I'll tell you what it does attract for those of you who are straight is the attention of ladies. Every time I wear pink, I get some kind of compliment from some woman who says, I can't believe you're wearing pink. That's awesome. It takes a real man to wear pink, which I believe it does. I'm confident in myself. I'm confident in who I am. And I'm confident enough to wear pink, and you should be too. I'm just putting that out there. I know a lot of guys, you just can't. You know what I mean? You were brought up that way. I get it. But you're going to run across a lot of things on this channel that are going to make you uncomfortable, and it's a matter of stepping out of the box. That's the way it is. All right, guys. So I've got the basics on for that suit: the tie, the shirt, the trousers, and the suspenders. As you can see, like I mentioned, it's a three-piece suit, so I won't be wearing a belt. Suspenders always for a three-piece suit. So I'm going to finish the outfit while I got you guys on here. Here's the vest. This rule is an absolute follow. Okay, so pay attention. When you wear a suit, whether it's a three-piece, two-piece, three-button, or two-button jacket, you never, ever, ever button the bottom button. You just don't. I don't know why. Don't do it. You're not supposed to. It drapes better if you leave it unbuttoned. If you button it too much, then you kind of start hugging areas that you don't want to be hugged. Never, ever button the bottom button on a vest or a jacket. If it's a one button, it's a formal jacket, you can button it. Two button, this one is a two button, you don't button the bottom one. On a three-piece suit, the rule is if you have, a three-button suit, if you have three buttons, it's sometimes, always, never. Never button the bottom button, right? So here's the jacket. This one, as I mentioned, was a cheap suit. I call it my working suits. I want to say, like I mentioned, I think it was 60 or 70 bucks online. It's a website called Alain du Petit. I'll put the link in the bottom of the description there, and you can find out your size, order it off the rack size, and then have it tailored like I did. Brown silk pocket square. Now typically I have what they call a square protector, which kind of holds the square in place. I didn't take the time to do it. I like the look of just kind of the messy, kind of stuff it in there, and then just let it dangle a little bit. See how this tie is moving around? I'd probably wear a tie clip somewhere down below so it holds the tie in place. But that's it. Got my straw motor. Always kind of cocked to the side. I'll take a step back so you can see. I've got my shoes, my spat boots on. So this is the whole suit, under $200 with accessories, not including the hat. It's something that's affordable, I think. It's accessible. It's not like you have to buy it all at once or buy everything and then have it all tailored. There's cheap tailor shops everywhere. I mean, I have a dry cleaner shop up the street that does alterations. Hemming the pants, hemming the sleeves is usually not that expensive. Once you start getting the expensive stuff, it's when you have to take the jacket in. You know, they have to take it in here or shorten the jacket itself. Shoulders and arms are always a big expense when it comes to jackets. But one thing I do recommend is if you want to find out your sizes for everything, is to go to Men's Wearhouse. At Men's Wearhouse, if you go in and you say, hey, I need my sizes taken, they'll take all your sizes down, at least most of the ones that I've been to. Some of them won't do it just if they're lazy or whatever, but they should, because it's a selling point for them. You know, once you go in there and say, hey, I need my sizes, obviously they're going to try to sell you stuff. But you know what? Take it as an opportunity. Take a look around and see if you find any good deals, because they usually do have great deals at Men's Wearhouse. And it's another good starting point, a little bit more of a higher price point, but it's a good place to start. So they'll write down your measurements for you, and at least you'll know what your jacket size. Like I'm a 42. I'm a short dude, so my size is 42 short. The jacket itself, as you see, hangs right up at the level of my knuckle. That's where a jacket should hang. The sleeve itself is right where it needs to be. You don't want the sleeve coming down over the back of your hand. It should sit right at the wrist. The sleeve of the shirt should poke out 1/2 inch to 3/4 of an inch, depending on the formality of the shirt. This one is a little more casual. At least I think it's a little more casual, but everything else fit perfectly. I have the pants hemmed because, like I mentioned, I'm not 8 feet tall, but my waist size says different. And I mean, total, I probably spent about $250 on this entire ensemble with tailoring. So keep an eye out for deals like that. As I said, I'll mention or I'll put the link for Alain Dupaty on the description. Men's Wearhouse, you know, Stacy Adams, and anything else you might, you know, that I might mention, even Amazon. I don't need to put the link for Amazon. Everyone knows Amazon. But, and I'll put the link to the hat shop where I get a lot of my hats, which is based out of here in San Diego. They have a fantastic selection. I'm actually hoping to interview a manager or even an owner there who can, you know, give us the rundown on great hat styles. So, yeah, $250, 3-piece suit. It looks pretty formal. If I go out downtown right now, I guarantee you that I'm going to turn heads. And I don't mean to sound, I'm going to say that a lot. I don't mean to sound like, you know, I'm all about myself. But you know what I mean. Not everyone dresses this way. And when you walk around downtown or you walk around in Little Italy, and you know, it turns heads. And it's a great feeling. It's a great ego booster. And I think it's a matter of just knowing where to keep a level head and where to kind of ground yourself with it, you know. So that's it. I'll highlight another outfit in my next video, and hopefully get you guys on the road to a great wardrobe. So, as I mentioned before, let's learn together in style.